Hey guys, I'm Daisho and I'm here bringing you some magic, and today I am showing the second game of the first draft, of the first round, and this is the first Return to Ravnica draft I've ever done. You can go ahead and check out the draft on my channel, and also you can go see the first game of this match. But anyway, my opponent took it, and now I decided to be on the play. I kept a little bit of a risky hand in that I did not have any green. And I had no key runes, so that was a little bit awkward, but I felt like it was a good enough hand that I could still keep it, even though I didn't have the exact colors that I needed, and I get a little bit rewarded here, or lucky, depending on how you want to put it, and I end up drawing that 4, so I'm going to be able to play my Towering Indrik. It'll wall off his Tower Drake, Towering. But yeah, it'll wall off his Drake, and he doesn't have any white, so that is very, very good for me because he's a 3-color deck, and he can't function without all 3 colors. He has no white, and he has no Axebane Guardian, so it's pretty rare for him, I guess, to not have either of those things, but it works out for me. So I'm going to put Knightly Valor on my Towering Indrik, and I'm going to be able to start beating in for a bunch, and like a 4/6 Vigilant is just annoying. There's really not much he can do to get around it. He only has 4 total power on the board, so he can't even triple block it and kill it. And since he's still missing that 1 color, it's just really not putting him in a good position. So right here, I think he just plays another Doorkeeper. I can't remember. Sorry if I mess up. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, he's just going to play another Doorkeeper. And I mean, you guys were pretty much able to see the strategy of his deck in the first game. It's 3 colors, but he's got 3 Axebane Guardians, or I guess I figured that out later. But he's got a bunch of Axebane Guardians, and he has some Doorkeepers to hold the ground at the beginning and to benefit the Axebane Guardians. And I guess like Mill could be as like an alternate win condition, I suppose, especially if he's got so much mana late game and he has a couple of Doorkeepers out. Then it's just like Millie for 4, Millie for 4, Millie for 4 game, or like I guess it would be a little bit more than that. But again, he's still missing lands. But I mean, all I'm doing is drawing lands, so it kind of evens out. Other than the fact that when he, right, well, anyway. He's still got a whole bunch of spells at hand, so if he ever does get that white source, then he's going to be able to start playing them. So I just basically attacked him 3 times with my Towering Indrik, and he's at 8. He's got 3 Doorkeepers out, and he just doesn't really want to lose. Like, he didn't really want to chump them every turn. He figured that it'd be more useful for him to just lower his life total a little bit than chump the Doorkeepers. But now he basically has to. I mean, he's at 4, and he'd be at 4 if he didn't block this one. So he just chumps with the Doorkeeper and Millsmith for 3. I think it's like a Giant Growth and maybe another Knightly Valor. I don't remember. But nothing like so important that I'm just like, oh my god, I can't believe I lost that card and I'm gonna go cry myself to sleep. Like if Tristani happened, that's pretty much what would happen. But anyway, I don't really have many plays. Like as you guys can see, I've got what, nine lands out there to his 4. So I mean, he's drawn a bunch more cards, and I definitely have a couple more in my hand. But he finally draws a white source. He drew a Hallowed Fountain. So he does have to. He wants to play his spells this turn, so he does have to pay the 2 for the shock land to come into play untapped, which sucks for him, but it's good that he gets the option as opposed to the Guild Gate, so where you just have to take the turn instead of the 2 damage. And sometimes, I mean, taking a turn can just be a lot more useful. And now is pretty much where the game gets interesting. He puts Knightly Valor on his Rune Wing, and Knightly Valor on a Rune Wing is just it's just pretty good. But basically, what he can do now is he can trade his Rune Wing for my Towering Indrik if I attack. So I can't really attack with just my Indrik anymore. I'm gonna need something else if I want to start beating in there. So right now he passes the turn, and I'm thinking on his end step, I want to be able to kill him as soon as possible since I know he's got a handful of spells, and he finally can start casting them. So at his end step, I cast Eyes in the Skies to get 2 1/1 flyers. And you may be like, Daisho, what the hell are you doing? He has a Rune Wing. How is this going to help you? And I will counter by saying I have an Azorius Justice here. So I'm going to be able to get rid of his Rune Wing so that my birds are actually relevant. And then, yeah, so I think I'm going to detain the Rune Wing. And then the other one doesn't really matter. It doesn't even have to be anything with power. Like, it could have just been a Doorkeeper. It really didn't matter. But I think I end up detaining the Tower Drake here. Probably should have detained the Knight. But, I mean, there's no point in attacking with my Knight anyway, because he's got the 0/4. So he's just going to chump one of them. and he probably would have just traded knights. Or if I had, I guess, I mean, I could have left his knight alive, and then maybe would have traded for one of my birds, which I guess I didn't even really want. I want his Tower Drake. I mean, I don't want to trade a bird for a Tower Drake. I just want to kill him. But yeah, he's still got that Rune Wing, and but without the Justiciar, I really wouldn't have been able to push any damage through. But all I really got was 2 damage in, so it probably wasn't even worth it. That's really all the Justiciar did, is it just allowed me to attack, get 2 damage in, and kill a Doorkeeper, I guess. So I mean, that's fine value for a 4-drop, I suppose. But I don't know. It didn't help me as much as I had hoped it would. If I had like a Golgari decoy here, that would be pretty good. Then I'd be able to win. But alas, I do not have that in my hand currently. So yeah, at this point in the game, I know that he can start casting his spells. He cast the Knightly Valor last turn, and I'm not really too excited about that because I know that my board position isn't great. All I really have is a 4/6 Vigilant and a couple of flyers. I can't even do anything anymore. And then he plays a Skymark Rock. This card is pretty sweet. It's just a 3/3 flyer. When it attacks, opponent has to, or you get to choose a creature with toughness 2 or less. So luckily he can't get rid of my Indrik, but he can just kill my knight or kill one of my birds. And if only he would bounce my Justiciar, that would be the absolute greatest. But obviously he's not going to do that. So I'm going to play a Wayfaring Temple here, and he's pretty gigantic right now. I think he's what, a 6/6, and I still have some mana open, so maybe I can instant speed populate, make him bigger if that's necessary. But it doesn't look like it's really too necessary right now. So even though the life totals are 20 and 4, and I guess I technically probably have like a little bit better board position than he does, the game is by no means over, because I mean there's just so many different things that he can do to win this game. He's really unhappy because he's only at 5 lands, even though he wants to. Even though he has all his colors now, he still wants to be at least. I mean, he wants to be at like 15 mana by now, but he should definitely be at 8 by now, so he could be making more centaurs or populating rhinos and stuff. So he's obviously not in the position he would like to be because he just didn't draw the correct lands or the right amount. But I mean, just the fact that he has so many spells puts him at some sort of advantage, because yeah, he's just gonna play Golgari long legs and pass the turn, because I mean, obviously there's no point in attacking. Even though he can kill one of my tokens, I can just block with his Skymark Rock with my Indrik, and it's definitely not worth it to attack with the Rune Wing because I'm still at 20. So even if he does like 4 damage to me, it's not really doing anything at any sort of speed that would be relevant. So yeah, not really anything too interesting going on. It's just a classic board stall. This format, like less than M13, I think, is gonna have board stalls. M13, for some reason there were so many board stalls. I really like the format, but every once in a while there was just like a Fogbank or a Duty Bound Dead that was just holding everything back and nothing was going on. But in this format, it's usually a lot faster, a lot more swingy. Like you can be like detaining their creatures every turn, and I guess there's just a lot more things that can break board stalls. But anyway, I play a Knightly Valor on my Wayfaring Temple, and at this point in the game, I thought for like 2 minutes before I made an attack, and then my opponent thought for like 2 minutes before he made a block, so it was in total like 4 or 5 minutes of just pure waiting. So I fast forwarded it a little bit, just so that you guys don't start crying or whatever. But anyway, I swing him with my Towering Indrik and my Wayfaring Temple. He triple blocks with his Long Legs, Tower Drake, and Skymark Rock on my Wayfaring Temple, and he double blocks with his Rune Wing and his Knight on my Towering Indrik. So we basically trade our entire boards, except I'm still left with 2 2/2s, 2 1/1 flyers, or 3 2/2s and 2 1/1 flyers. He gets to draw a card. He still has his Doorkeeper, and he's got a 2/2 Vigilance. So right now, I made that attack because I had some sort of combat trick. I can't remember exactly what. I might not have even had any combat tricks. I may have just had the Avenging Arrow, and I figured if he wants to kill my guys, then I know he's going to have to trade off his entire team, and I know he's at 4, and I can do some work. So maybe I actually should have just swung in with my 2/2s and my 1/1s, but I'm really not sure if that would have been any better. He would have just eaten a lot of my guys and just chumped. I think that's what would have ended up happening, and I don't know if that would have been better. maybe it would have been better. I mean, like, the main problem with swinging with all my guys is then he can just, like, block my Wayfaring Temple with his Golgari long legs and trade, because he'll end up just killing a lot of my other guys in combat. So that's really why I didn't attack with everyone. I just didn't think that there would be a profitable attack there. But uh-oh, don't go away. I need to change that setting. I just got my new computer and it's sweet, but I need to change the setting where the screen goes blank after 10 minutes. That's obviously not going to work when I'm commentating, because right now I'm talking to you guys, but I'm not moving my mouse or my keyboard or anything. So I am using my computer. Computer, don't think that I'm neglecting you. I'm not neglecting you, but yeah. Okay, so anyway, he is just debating on the best way to survive. I think that he's in pretty bad shape. He's really got to draw something on his next turn if he wants to survive, but he plays an Axebane Guardian and a Doorkeeper. So now he's got 2 Doorkeepers and an Axebane Guardian against my 3 2/2s. So, I mean, I attack with them anyway, but I really only need to attack with the Flyers here. He just blocks 1 on each, and I kind of feel stupid. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, that's pretty good. And here I just play a Key Rune. Gives me a little bit more insurance, because now he has to deal with my Flyers and he has to deal with the blocker, and that'll be the game. So I hope you guys enjoy this one, and have a nice day. Bye.